Test one, two. Okay. And hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Let's Grow Pulling. I'm Ryan Zoll. Glad to be back with you here in the Egg Explorer Studios. Jason Schultz will be joining us in just a little bit. He'll be making a guest appearance on the show after the last 2 weeks.
Where do you Lower?
Nope, that's great, right there.
Okay.
So glad to be back here in the state of Wisconsin, and it's been a busy last couple weeks, and there he is.
Go Badgers. Go Hawkeyes. If anybody's at the Iowa game tonight, be sure to let us know what's going on. So.
Yeah, it's always a fun matchup.
Yeah.
Hawkeyes, Badgers, and
So I thought Illinois stole you. I thought the Tucker family and everybody from Gordyville just grabbed you and did your thing. So
yes,
great show you and Leroy did last week. That was fun to watch.
I know that was fun to have John and Leslie on, and then we talked to Brandon Besser. And Caleb Ogle stopped in before he had to swing out and do his LP run to Kentucky. So that was fun. So thanks Leroy Schluter for filling in for the last couple weeks. The week of Gordyville and then last week as well. And great, he does a great job announcing if you get a chance to go into any ITPA polls.
Awesome.
And then he's been picking up quite a few of the PPL Champions Tour.
I think you'll see him more nationally get recognized.
Yep. And he'll also be doing, like we talked about, the Luke Soul Racing TV app for the Pro Pulling League. He will be the commentator, the main commentator, and then he'll have guest commentators depending on the location. They've had pullers, and he had Forrest Lucas on down in Wheatland. So that was the first time Forrest Lucas had been on a live broadcast.
He said he ran into him in the lunchroom. That's what he told me, and then he invited him to come up, and next thing you know, he was there. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah. So if anyone watching, if they either went to Cloverdale or Gordyville last 2 weeks, hopefully everyone had a great time. We did get a few videos from some people that did not survive Gordyville too well. So
it happens.
Yeah, no, it happens. It definitely happens.
It happens. Gordyville gets the best of you. So, but 2 great weekends in a row. I think the dates are set for next year already. My eyes, and a lot of people are looking forward to Louisville. I had a bunch of stuff going on at work, that whole mortgage thing. So I'm going to try to sneak down Friday night and watch Tony pull. Because he's the 4-1s pull Friday night. I'm going to be in St. Louis. And it's only 3 hours. So if I sneak away Friday and don't tell anybody, you never know.
Yeah.
I might be able to go watch Tony pull Friday night. So, but it's our kickoff. But let us know where you're watching from tonight. We enjoyed
Adam says
Iowa has best. Listen here, smart ass.
I don't know. Indiana really hasn't had much of a basketball team the last decade or so. I don't know if he's a Hoosier or a Boilermaker.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Has everybody seen my Larry shirts? Did they do that? Can you bring up? Is it possible for you to bring up Beer Money Gear and share it?
Yeah.
So we had. Everybody knows we've had Larry Witchwine on the past, and the big joke with Larry and I is he always tells me I'm a big deal, and I say only on Facebook. You're a big deal in real life. So we had him on the show one night, and he said, "Hey, I'd love it if I'd love to have a T-shirt that says Smoke Machine Sucks." So for Cloverdale, we had Smoke Machine Sucks. We had them for sale at Gordyville too. And you can buy your very own Larry, I'm a Big Deal Smoke Machine Sucks at beermoneygear.com. So.
Yeah, it was so funny when people were scrolling through the T-shirts, and then when they seen that, you could see.
Well, everybody like, whose face is that on there? So, my T-shirt guy did a really, really good job, so I was happy to do that. So, no, but my son, if you know me, I grew up in Iowa, and I'm a big Iowa Hawkeye fan because we don't have any professional sports. You're either a big Hawkeye fan or an Iowa State fan. And I saw Mary Besser's on here already. So, and I would never become a Vikings fan, even if I lived closer to Minneapolis than I did to Green Bay, because my dad was a big Vince Lombardi fan, and our Schultz family were always Packer fans. Anyway, so my son, we got him 4 tickets to the Iowa-Wisconsin game tonight. So he took down 3 of his buddies, and they loaded up after school and headed down there tonight. So they're going to have a good time. So,
hey, I don't know because there's.
let us know what indoor poll you're going into next. So Murfreesboro's this weekend, right? Correct. So Mary does an amazing job pushing that out on Facebook, and we've been sharing stuff on it as well. Mary can post on the Let's Grow polling page, the big one we're on right now. Then is it Louisville, pretty much? Is there what Is that battery operated?
It's powered through.
There, it's back now.
Oh.
Is it through the computer?
Yeah, it's powered through.
Oh, everybody's texting me. Audio's gone. Audio died.
It should be back. Really weird, because this is the same mic we used last week.
Okay.
So it must be you, because it worked fine for Leroy.
I get blamed I've been blamed for a lot worse than this, so it's going to be okay. We'll keep an eye on it here right now.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, when we have the
Sullivan on, I hope everything works up to par. Because we're keeping. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna leave it.
Not touch anything?
I'm not gonna touch anything.
I wonder what's going on.
Not for sure.
Huh.
It's technology. So
I'll watch it. You run the mouse around a little bit.
Don't know. Like I said, it worked completely fine.
This is what you used last week, right? Yeah, it sounded good the whole time.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It'd be nice to have the mics like this.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not that you and I are much to look at. I think people would rather hear our guests and stuff like
Probably.
that. So.
No, that will be fine because I'll be on a different mic. So.
Okay, cool. So, okay. Yeah. So anyway, Eric, what polls are between Murfreesboro and Kentucky? Ryan thinks there's maybe a White Pines or something like that. And it's back, and it's gone, and it's back. We'll keep an eye on it now.
Yeah. Gone
again. So we think we're okay, guys. Just hold your hand on it.
I know. So
that would be funny. That would be funny.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's yeah.
Blame Ryan. He is a tech guy. He is a tech guy.
I know. Blame on me.
How'd you feel Friday night at the What Smoking Promotions when they screwed around? Not you, the Boxcast people. You look stressed out. You held it together pretty good for a first time ever live stream.
I talked to him actually Monday night. So it was on the show, and according to them, it was one of their highest viewed events they've ever done.
Good.
So that's from them. So, but. There's a White Pines this weekend. So
okay.
Maybe it's this weekend too. I don't know.
Okay.
A White Pines is in March. The one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So that's in March as well.
I know Mary and the Wampus Cat are going to Murfreesboro. And I've seen some good pictures and stuff from that event in the past. Looks like they have quite a few people there. Yeah. So I'm excited tonight because we have the Sullivan family on. And that is a family, that's a name that resonates in pulling. And, I'm not from the South. I think about what did we do.
I mean, that's 3
It was the Polar magazine, right? That was it. I mean, there was no Facebook, no internet, no nothing. I mean, you seriously waited because I was thinking of because I want to ask when's the first time the Kentucky and the Massey sheet metal and all that stuff came out. But so Brandt, let's look at the accolades of this family just for 2019. So Papa Wayne won mods and PPL Champions Tour, right? We saw that kind of happen up there in Ellsworth at the Curd Capital Showdown. Curd Capital Fall Nationals. I always get it mixed up. Then Brandt wins a 2-wheel drive for the Lucas Oil Champions Tour. So their family had 2 Lucas Oil Champions Tour championships. Yep. And we know that the Champions Tour and Grand National are the 2 highest level of pulling in anywhere in the friggin' world. Okay, and then Donnie with All In won the Midwest Series for the PPL, and he also won the TNT 2-wheel drive championship. So they kind of know what they're doing.
Yes, yeah. Well, especially they were on the Facebook page polling in the past. They actually just posted a photo yesterday of it would be their because they really helped get the 2-wheel drive truck class going.
Okay.
That's where they really got their start in pulling, and then of course they had the mod, the Kentuckian, and but then they just were all 2-wheel drive trucks for a long time. Then they brought that back. I want to say 5-6 years ago with the free engine setup.
Let's just call him and ask him.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to Sullivan. So
yeah.
So Brandt was complaining we're keeping him up late tonight because they're an hour ahead of us. So hopefully everybody will stick with us. And Jamie says Donnie won the PPL. My brothers will be in Murfreesboro. We had Amish buggies in Ohio. Oh, cool. 73 or 74, maybe a little. So anyway, So we're going to take a quick break here from our Ag Explorer Schaefer Racing Oil Studios. Brian, my rep. Ryan's got his hat on.
He's been teasing me for like a month
quit
now.
Picking this. Did we get a Hearts logo up yet?
It's scrolling through.
Is it scrolling through? Okay, cool. So what's a Sullivan special? Is that
it got cut off.
I'm a Sullivan. They're like species. The Sullivan species.
They're so.
Hey, a lot of prep goes into this show. Yeah. Okay, A lot, because
we'll get that fixed.
We'll fix that, but they're kind of a big deal. We should be not Brandt so much, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of questions for Brandt because I think a lot of people have been texting me today and they said they're looking forward to the show. So we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get the Sullivans on the phone, and please type in your questions for either Donnie or for Papa Wayne or for Brandt, or if you get any good Sullivan stories. We pretty much let everything go here on our show, so we're not afraid to let her fly a little bit. But we appreciate your support. We appreciate everybody that's posting polling-related content on their social somewhere every single day. That's the whole idea behind our Promote 365 campaign. It has nothing to do with us. We are encouraging everybody just to post about their team, about their club. If you're a polling fan like Jamie Qualls, we just want you posting every single day. Create your own pages, create your groups, get on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, because that's how all the algorithms work. The more stuff we post about truck and tractor pulling, the more it gets out there, everybody. So we'll be right back with the Sullivans, and it's going to be awesome. We'll be back.
And welcome back into the Ag Explorer and Schaefer's Oil Studios.
We're back.
We have some very special guests on the phone with us.
One of them's really special, Brandt. We got to talk fast because it's past his bedtime. Because I got a smart-ass text message from Brandt today about Central Time Zone. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So, Brandt, Donnie, Wayne, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. How are you guys tonight?
Oh, hanging in there.
Good. I like it a lot. So thank you for doing this. And again, if you have any questions for either Wayne or Donnie or Brandt, please type them into the comments, and we'll get right after that. So, Brandt, how old are you? That's the first question I have for you.
24.
Do you know how lucky you are to be in the family that you are?
Yeah, I do. I get reminded every day.
Awesome. All right, so the first thing I want to know, I want to talk about your 2019 season, how long you've been driving the truck, and I want to know the full history on Big Ed Red, because I think it was your uncle's or Papa Wayne's brother. Give me the whole history of the truck and how you sold it and how you got it back.
My grandpa retired probably twice before we built Red, and we had one truck for a while, and he decided he was going to drive again, and the body was used on the last pulling truck that Uncle Eddie ever had, Papa's brother. And what year was it? What year's the truck? Yeah, what year did you build it into a pulling truck? Oh, I don't know. Early 90s. And my grandpa pulled it for a while, and then whenever he built this 3-engine mod, we wanted to go down to one truck, and it was just hard to sell that one since it was his brother. So we got rid of my dad's, and then we had one truck and a mod for a while, and then we decided we were going to build a brand new truck, and we sold it to a guy in Washington named Fred, and he pulled it for a while, and we ended up getting it back 3 years ago, and it was supposed to just be a local truck, just run a state level deal with. We did for a while, and then I bugged my dad so much to take it every weekend, and he finally let us, and it turned out pretty good for us.
I agree 100%. So let's talk about your 2019 season, Brandt. Where did it start for you?
It's pretty remarkable, and it's a dream come true. There's not very many people that get the opportunity to do this like we do, and to be able to, win a championship in the class that I did is just really special because of the history my family has in it and how deep the competition is in it.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Now, was this your first full year of running Champions Tour, or have you? Yeah.
No, this was the first full year.
Okay.
We took Red to a couple of them last year, but that was it. This is the first time we hit every one with it.
Awesome. How many hooks is Wayne's tractor, the Kentuckian, and the trucks together? Do you kind of have the mods and the tool drives together a lot, or?
2/3. Yeah, 3/4 of the time we do. There's not very many without it.
Yep, that sounds good. Donnie, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Donnie, when did you start pulling, or what are the earliest memories of going pulling with your dad?
I started when I was 15, and I'm 51 now. So it's been a while. And when I was growing up, he just had a single engine mod, and he had a twin engine mod, and my first tractor was the Papa Smurf single engine. And then we never had trucks. My uncle always had the trucks, and they made the first set of rules in our shop there. And the reason they never had multi-engines is Dad was going to put a truck body on the Kentuckian at that time, and we had a twin engine, and they told him that he couldn't compete with that. The front end would be too heavy, and he told them how much it weighed, and they said, we got to limit it right now. So that's one thing that saved the truck class, and that's why the class is probably the best and most competitive class in pulling. It's the same set of rules everywhere you go, and you can be competitive. I mean, you can't run the T-buckets with the PPL, but other than that, we're across the board wherever we go, and there's hundreds of two-wheel drive trucks out there.
Yeah, there are lots and lots. So your season, you won the Midwest Series for PPL, and you won the TNT. Is that correct?
Yes, the Midwest season, we got rained out at Port Recovery, and it came down to one hook at Tampico. The Wishmeyers put on. If you ever get a chance, the way you like pulling, you need to go to Tampico, Indiana, sometime. That is a very unique event, and we were lucky enough to win that. So we won the championship on one hook there, and the TNT deal, that's a new series. Eddie Carey promotes, and he has a couple indoor pulls, and I think we had 12 or 13 hooks with that, and we ran both trucks and everywhere we went, and I beat the red one, but I just couldn't beat him on the Champions Tour, so it just worked out the way it did.
So you weren't letting him win or anything like that?
No, but toward the end there, I didn't have a chance, so we kind of had to work toward making that one better. And we were lucky. I mean, we were real lucky. I mean, we just hung in with it all summer, and Messer had a little trouble with one of the later events, and Jared struggled, and we hung in there. You don't have to necessarily be the best truck to win a championship, and you just got to make the best laps, and that's kind of where we were all year.
Awesome. If you're just joining us, we got Brandt, Donnie, and Wayne Sullivan, 3 generations of championship-level truck and tractor pulling on the show with us right now. Please type your questions in the comments. We'll start asking those shortly. Wayne, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you good.
All right. So the first question we have is that the original grill that was on the original Kentuckian that you have on the tractor now?
Yes, it's the same one I started out with, like in 1970. And I bought the tractor. It's an old Massey 44. I bought it from Tommy Brewer out here. And I pulled it a couple of years and made it longer. And then put the twin engine, made different rear ends over the years. Had a twin, then I had a triple. And then I sold the tractor up in Ohio to a boy. And then I made my mind I was going to go back into mod pulling, and I bought the rear end from Ken Vinny, his old triple. And then we made a hood for that thing because it was wider, trying to get it around those Hemis over a Chevrolet, where I had a Chevrolet and Rodex. And we made that grill. It looked just like it, but it was wider, about 3 inches wider. So, but that sold that tractor boy up in Ohio, Schulte. He's got it up there. But I found this hood when I made this 4-engine because I needed a narrow hood to go back in there, and I found the original hood Schulte's had it. He bought it from a boy that I sold the tractor to, and I made a deal with him. I sold the triple engine to him, but I said I have to have that grill back. So he gave it back to me, and I say on the world pulling, that grill is probably rode down the track. It's probably got 500-600 miles on it, at 300 foot at a time.
That's awesome. Hey, Wayne, Marie Filiatru wants to know, what is your most special or most memorable win over the years? Tell us, which ones do you have like the most memories about?
Oh, I've got sure. I'm really fortunate to be doing this long and be so successful with it. The first time I won the farm show was great, and then it was a great event. And I turned around and won it again I won the 50th year anniversary, and that was pretty good. And winning championship 2 times now with it, it's been great. And this year has been awful special. As good as we've done with the trucks and the tractor, and it's been a great year.
Absolutely, it has. Tyler Slaw is asking, what championship meant the most, the modified or the 2-wheel drive, Wayne?
The modified. I mean, I like the trucks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the trucks. Me and my brother used to go about this all the time, and I told him, if you drive a 2-wheeler, it's like driving a lawnmower. Boys, after driving a mod. So, yeah, I mean, I like the trucks. I love to watch them. I love to watch all kinds of tractor pulling. I mean, every class, from the smokers to everything you can think of. It's a great sport. I've been fortunate to be around it all my life. I'm 74 years old, and my dad was dragging me around pulling when I was 4 and 5 deadweight pull. So it's been in my life all my life.
I love it. I'm supposed to ask Papa which granddaughter is the best at pulling. So how do you want to answer that one, Wayne?
Oh, I guess I have to say it. Madison, or Maddie, we call her. She can be a really good driver. We got a problem right now. We got so many drivers and not enough vehicles. we sure can't afford no more vehicles. But she does a great job. She comes around the shop, helps us tremendously, and tries to keep us all straight.
That would be a task. That would be a task. Who do you guys promote your own event too, right? Is it the Hanson Sullivan Memorial Pull, or am I saying that right?
Yes, so we have that every year. I mean, it's a unique pull itself. We have a lot of vehicles come. My dad always liked to have a pull and not charge no entry fee, and the pullers come and we all pull and have a big time. And nobody pays no entry fee. All they got to do is pay to get in the gate. And we moved around. Our fairgrounds was not pretty good here in the county, and we moved it to several different counties, trying to keep it going. And we just moved it back to they built a new fairgrounds in the county, and we just moved it back there this year. And last year was great. It had a great crowd, and we got a good track, and I look forward to doing it again this year. And it's going to be bigger and bigger every year from now on, I think.
No, that's great. What are the dates on that?
Donnie.
May 22nd, 23rd. It's Memorial Day weekend. We usually run around that time every year. Just sometimes we have to fluctuate a week or two here and there to accommodate the PPL schedule.
Right. Donnie, now that we have you on here, what's your real job, Donnie? What do you do?
I'm a truck driver. I pull a tanker around every day and haul gas and whatever else they want to put in there, and try to keep this pulling operation afloat.
Yep.
We've got a great team. I mean, I know I say that all the time, but I mean, I've got great people that help me, and I got my family, and then I got Steve Grouse and Jason Bond, and we work at it like a job, but it's all volunteer. At the banquet this year, Dad told them all he was going to give them a double their salary, and they don't get anything. So that's kind of a big funny thing. You know?
Yeah.
We just have a lot of fun, and we take it serious, and probably more serious than you should. But you have to compete at the level we're trying to compete with what we're trying to compete against.
Well, you're at the highest level of pulling in the world. I mean, Donnie, there's no question about it. So
we were really happy to be able to get the trucks more competitive this year. We've been pretty successful with the tractor with the 4 engines since Scott Tedder built us a great chassis, and we've won 2 of the last 5 championships. And we can make laps with that thing, but we really struggle with our trucks, and that's why we ran so much this year. We wanted to make laps, and we wanted to have 2 trucks to work off of, and it made a big difference because when you run against the Nelsons every night and Messer and those guys, and then you got the Petros on the other side. I mean, it's you have to be perfect in the truck class to be up front, and we're not perfect, but we're getting better at it.
Yeah, Donnie, do you remember did Papa Wayne, did he pull like the Indy Super Pull and all those big indoor pulls back in the day?
Yes, sir. He used to pull against Bruce Hutcherson and Don Harness and those guys. He ran a lot of those NCPA pulls back in the day, but he didn't follow the whole circuit. Never had the budget to really compete like we are now. I mean,
right.
We just if we hadn't been in the sport so long, we wouldn't be able at this level. I mean, we bought and sold and worked and did this and that, and I'm not trying to poor mouth you, but it's just it's a struggle. I mean, the Boyds and Sheltons and the teams we run against, I mean, they're great people, but the resources there is very deep too. That makes them strong.
Yeah, Boyd's kind of have like a top fuel team now with Fleischner, and didn't they picked off what's his name too, the Sassy Massey guy, didn't they? Brian Knox. So. Oh
yeah, they're serious.
Yeah, they are.
I hear the rumor that they're gonna go to the unlimited class this year, and I hate to see them leave because I mean when they come in, they make you better, and you really got to lay one down to get around them. I mean, Brad and Shannon, they know how to pull, and Steve and Greg and all that whole bunch is super.
Yep. Wayne, if you could hear me, what's the biggest crowd you ever pulled in, indoor or outdoor?
Oh, I guess the biggest crowd we pulled that winter circle with TNT years ago, and we was in the Astrodome once, and it was sold out. I think it was close to 40,000 people, and that was a great time that night, and I think that's the biggest crowd. And I guess the second biggest crowd would be Bowling Green. A couple of years ago, we pulled it on Saturday night, and it was sold out. That was a big show too. So,
yep.
It's fun to pull in front of a big crowd like that. And it's really nice to do good in front of some of them big crowds, but it's because pulling, it's a great sport and it's a great family sport. And we've got some great fans, and I think it's I've been around for a long time, and the fans get older, and the young kids come in like Brandt's deal. He's bringing a lot of young people come in to the sport, and it's great.
How did he get a good-looking girl like Jesselyn Fagundes to hang out with him, Wayne? Can you answer that for me?
No, I cannot. I wonder it all the time. He must be paying her good. I don't hang her.
Because she's good-looking and she likes tractor pulling, and that's rare. So I give a kudos to Brandt every chance I get on that deal. So
I tell him you're right. It's awful hard to find a woman will tolerate tractor pulling. The time you got to work at it and be away from the house and the money you got to put into it. But she comes over to our shop and you'd be surprised. She gets right in there and gets her hands greasy and dirty, and I just amazed sometimes to watch her.
No, that's good stuff. So we have a question: is Jeremy Krieger's truck still sitting on blocks behind the shop for him? This must be an inside joke.
Oh.
So.
Well, I hate to tell you, it's gone. Donnie traded that booger off last week for a dump truck. I thought about him when it was going out the gate. I said, "Oh, my Krieger is going to be pissed."
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, Brandt, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Colin Ross just commented that you're the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And that's getting lots of comments on Facebook right now. So.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. He can think that, though. He just wants to borrow my red jacket, that's all.
Is that all? I understand. And then Bob Boyd says that Jesselyn felt sorry for you. That's why you're dating her. That's pretty good. So I like it.
I'll take that.
I would, too. Austin Boyd says Brandt Sullivan is my hero. Man, Brandt, you're a big deal. I like this. So I like this.
My fan club is small but appreciated.
Yeah, I understand. Whatever happened to the underdog? That's one of the questions. Whoever wants to answer that one, go ahead. Whatever happened to the underdog?
I was gone before I was born.
Okay. Donnie or Wayne?
Well, I'm trying to think whatever it is. They sold the underdog. It was and he sold it to my brother Eddie. Sold it to some boy up in Ohio, Western Ohio. He had it for a while. He changed the name of it to something else.
Okay, there we go. We got that one. So if you have any more questions for Wayne, Donnie, or Brandt, please type into the comments as we're talking to the Sullivans here right now. 27th. So how did you guys do? There was a TNT poll early January, right? Lexington. How'd you guys do down there with the trucks?
We had a lot of carnage, but we were on Thursday we ran the black truck and got third, and burned a couple pistons, and then Friday we ran the red one and heard it and got fourth, and then we just scratched the red one for Saturday, and then the black one we won the final. So it was good to win, but it was a rough weekend, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So what's up next for the family then? Is everything into Louisville, or did they change the mod rules? Is the Kentuckian running at Louisville this year?
No, they changed them rules. They said they can't stop us. So
okay.
They castrated the tractors. That's what I call them.
Yep.
They call them like a. But yeah, we had. I might try. We might try to put one next year, but this year I couldn't. I just can't take 300 pounds off the front of my tractor and crash it down there because we crashed it. I tore Brandt out several years ago, and we crashed it, and we can't afford Birmingham crashes like that. But so that's one reason I didn't even send in after they changed that rule. I think it's a silly rule. I think they could have done a little better things to do besides what they did, but that's beside the point. You don't want to get me started on that because I don't want to make too many enemies.
Well, Wayne, you've earned at this point in your life, you've earned the respect. You can kind of say what you want, but I don't want to get you in trouble either. So, because most people like you, Wayne. So we don't want to start that now.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll just go that way.
Fair enough. Another person says the one tough cookie. That was it was a favorite two-wheel drive truck from the late '80s. Where's that at now?
We sold it back to Eddie's boy, Dave, and he sold it to Terry Jostock. Terry Jostock bought it, and then Terry Jostock sold it to.
Who knows where it went down? I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
He parted out different parts on different places, I think, after Terry got it.
No good. Donnie, what's the first year you pulled at Louisville in the trucks?
First time I'm not sure of the year. I ran a single engine mod there the first couple of years I ran.
Okay.
And, I ran I don't know, I've been running the trucks there since the mid-'90s, I guess you might say. I'm not positive on the year. Brandt says 89, so I'm mistaken. 89. We bought my uncle's last S10 back then, and I ran it in 89.
Yep. Perfect. Somebody wants you to autograph a picture for them, Donnie. So bring it. Yeah, Fritz Brick, you bring that to Louisville, and Donnie he'll sign that for you. So trying to help these people out a little bit. What's Jamie Quall saying? Did they run the Jack Daniels?
No, I don't think that was their truck.
Jamie, what are you doing, Jamie? Is Jamie drinking? Is Jamie drinking again? And type it on the Facebook. We'll have to find out. So.
We never ran the Jack Daniels was never ours. That was Bill Humphrey owned those trucks.
Okay.
Mark Hare and Danny Huber, them guys ran them back against us years ago. We had a mate, but it wasn't quite the same.
Perfect. So Tyler Slaw, this must be an inside joke too, but I'm going to say it. Says, one tough cookie, favorite truck, or favorite tattoo on Brandt. Is that an inside joke, or what do we got going on here with Tyler?
Oh, it's my favorite truck. I got it on my leg.
Really?
Yeah, they're not too proud of it, but it's on there.
Okay. I need to get a picture of that. If you can send that to me, that'd be great. Okay, so what I want to know next is, Wayne, who's still pulling that you remember like pulling against back in the day? Are we getting down to the end, Wayne? Or competitors still running as hard as you do at your age, or what do we got going on?
I sit and think about that some, and it's getting dangerous. Yeah, I don't know nobody that I pulled against. It's pretty bad. I mean, my best friend across the river, Bruce Hutchison, I was pulling before him, but he started a couple years after me in the mod. But I've had some great times. I tell you, there's one guy is pulling. I say is still out there. Is Ken Miller, and he was pulling back when I started. I remember pulling against him, and I say that's the only one I can think of in the mod. Now I don't know if there's anybody in the other classes. I'm not familiar, but Ken Miller still. I've seen him this year up in Ohio. In a pool and talked to him a long time, and he's still doing good.
Awesome. Hey, Brandt, Colin Ross just says he's happy that he can say Brandt Sullivan won a national championship in his hometown. So there you go.
That's right. Right after I did it, he told me it's the most exciting thing that's ever happened in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
I love it. Hey, Wayne, what's your favorite era of tractor pulling? If you look at all the decades, you started in the 70s, right?
Yes.
So what would you say, what was your favorite era of just competition and fans and, the builds? Or, tell me, kind of take us through all the years like that, because I'm interested in the history of the sport because, you pulled in front of 40,000 people at the Houston Astrodome. That's awesome. I want to get pulling back to that level where we can fill an arena like that again. Take us through the history of it, because that's what I'm most interested in, talking to, veterans like yourself.
I'm having such a great time right now. I can't say nothing bad about the way it is right now. But back when we ran that winter circuit with TNT, that was a great time too, because it would make the winter go so fast. We'd be gone every weekend. Like we started, and everyone was pulling up until January, and then we started, and we'd be gone every weekend. And most of the pulls was down south. We'd go it'd be indoors, but it'd be in the south and all the arenas, and we'd fill arenas up. We'd go to Atlanta and Lake Charles, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, and it went on and on. And that was a great time back in that era, I thought. But I enjoyed it because it made my winters go so fast. Because most young right now, it's awful. I think I hate winters, and this winter is really going to be bad because most young at this time of year, I'm really excited, trying to get ready to go to Louisville, and I'm not going to get to go down there this year except to watch the boys run, and that's going to be hard to keep me to keep my mouth shut and stay out of trouble.
Guys, what was your favorite pull from last season?
Oh, I like Goshen. That's a big crowd, and that's something you need to go see. They start pulling there at 8:00 in the morning, and they pull till midnight at night, and it's. I say that's pretty great, and I really enjoy the big bowl that's growing every year out in Lucas puts on out the Lucas Stadium in Missouri. finals, Wheatland, and that's going to be a big event, and I really enjoy going out there. It's a long ways out there for us, but it's a great spot, and the fans enjoy it, and most generally it's you got a lot of meeting going on because everybody's trying to finish out their points right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition heading into that. Wayne, what's like your biggest arch rival over the years? Like one guy that you just love to kick his ass on the track. Who would that be?
Oh, there's several of them. There's several of them. I mean,
Let's do it.
Back in the day, I used to love to meet Bruce Hutchinson, but I didn't do it very much. But I would love to do it. And after I got to modified again this time, it was always Ricky Long, and everybody. I was always glad to meet him. But then the boys come along and got so tough. I enjoy pulling against them, and they're awful good people, and I love pulling against them. And whenever you beat them, you can sit back and say, "Man, oh man, I really accomplished something," because you have. When you beat them, and the boys at MTPA in that unlimited class, I feel sorry for them because they're coming after them.
Yeah, they're coming after him hard for sure. So somebody wants to know, did you ever pull against Gardner Stone?
Oh yeah. I pulled against him a lot, and I got second against him in Mobile, Alabama, in the indoor pull. That's when he had the 20-inch and Allison.
Okay.
But he had some.
We never had anything to run against.
We never ended up big enough to run against the unlimited tractor. But I pulled against him on the indoor circuit. The TNT at one winter.
That TNT thing, was that, I mean, Wayne, I remember that as a kid. I remember seeing the Orange Blossom Special when it come to Iowa and stuff like that. How big, I mean, what months did that go? Was it like October through February, or did it start after Christmas, or when did that fire up?
Oh, no, it started like first of the year, and we'd always run January and February and March about every weekend. Now, the Orange Blossom Special, now, it never was involved with TNT till now, this new TNT. The Orange Blossom Special always pulled with U.S. Hot Rod. And that was just Alan Gaines was a good guy and a good friend of mine, and he never pulled that damn thing in any kind of competition. That was always just a show truck, but he made a lot of money for that thing and over the years, and made it pretty famous. It's famous world over.
Yep. No, you're right. I forgot about USHRA. So they were in some of the smaller arenas then. That's what I saw as a kid then, I bet. Some of those smaller shows like that in Iowa, Cedar Rapids and Des Moines and stuff. So.
Well, U.S. Hot Rod bought TNT there toward the end of TNT.
Okay.
So and that's when they went to more of a competition deal. The early days of U.S. Hot Rod was all a lot of show stuff and with monster trucks and different things. But when they bought TNT, they actually had a summer series and everything. And we ran it back in 1995, the first year. We ran we had the Young Gun truck, and I told my brothers and dad that I was going to run that series. So it was paying big money, Ford pickup to win it. I said, I'm going to run that. I had a new Hemi in it. Not a new Hemi, but a new Hemi to us. And I left here going to Buck, Pennsylvania with a half-ton pickup and an open trailer, and they told me I was nuts. And I went up there, and I got a second first night and called them. They didn't believe me, but I got second. And then the second night I won, and a puller that was running that deal up there then, he didn't run that series, but he's still super tough today, is Brian McDonald. He beat me the first night, and but that year there, I drug it around all year on a half-ton pickup open trailer. And at that time, they would always take the top 10 to Houston Astrodome for the finals. It was really a neat deal. Just the top 10 in each class went out there. And then you pulled, and they had their banquet right after the next night. And, everybody going there was getting a points check, and that was a good deal. And we finished second to one of the best, Ken Lamont. He used to had that Midnight Express. He beat us that year, and But John Holman ran that, and LD Nation, and Mattingly and Lyon. I mean, there was all the big boys back in that day. Because I just really wanted that Ford pickup that Lamont got, but we didn't get it.
That's awesome. Donnie, what are some of the biggest pay, like, for winning a pole? What era was that? Is it today? Was it the 80s? Was it the 90s? Was it the 2000s? Like the biggest first place check you could get with the 2-wheel drive truck or the mod?
Today, in today's world, the PPL mod class is the biggest money. You know, it's a lot better than it ever was.
Okay, good.
And as far as the points money year in, it's not. You know, we got more back in 1995, as bad as that sounds, than we do now for winning the points. But you know, the actual purse checks, the trucks and the mods, what PPL's got going, it's better than it has been a long time. And I think NTPA is trying to get theirs up a little bit too. So it's hard to make. You don't make any money, but if you can make enough to kind of support the habit and buy your fuel and all that, it helps out.
What's Ryan wants to know, what's the farthest run for you guys? Was it the Curd Capitol Fall Nationals in Ellsworth, or was it Wheatland? What's the farthest one for you guys to get to?
Probably the one up there, Ellsworth. There's not a lot of difference there. The worst part about that was they were back-to-back weekends, and
yep.
That makes it the end of the season that we had to do a lot of traveling. But we're still very fortunate where we live. You know, we've got a lot of pools within 3 to 4 hours, and a lot of guys go 8 to 10 hours every week. And you know, I don't know how some of them guys like the Blake Graves and them have done it all these years to go that far.
Yeah, they're definitely committed, that's for sure. So Chris Phelps said the Sullivans did tons for D&D Outdoors, and they thanked them for that. What is D&D Outdoors?
Oh, they were a old hunting company that made turkey calls, and they had their own TV show on the Pursuit Channel, I think it was, a while ago. They're awful good guys.
Cool. Do you have a turkey call for us, Brandt? Or?
No, I never quite caught on how to do it, but they fed us, and they were awful good to us.
Yep. Wayne, as you look forward to 2020, when does your season start up then with the mod?
What'd you say now? Repeat.
Yeah, when does your outdoor season start then? What's your first hook? Are you going to that no bull pole, or when's the PPL thing start?
No, I guess we'll make a pass at our pole at Warsaw here, and the next weekend or next 2 weekends after we go to a fort for the first pole for Lucas, and I'll be looking forward to that because we're freshening everything up on the motors and going over. We just assemble rear ends, and we go try to. Over the years, like Donnie said, we whenever we go pulling, we try to have everything as perfect as we can because the competition is so great out there. If you make a little bobble, and the 2 championships that I won, I done good at the first of the year because the other time I got a second or third behind the boys. I tore rear end out the first pass, and it was a fresh rear end. But you got to win a championship. You got to make every pull, and you got to make them. You can't be getting last. You got to stay up in the top 5 consistent. And I hope we can do it again.
One of the questions we have, and Wayne or Donnie, if you could answer this, how many pulling vehicles have the Sullivans owned? Can you start at the beginning?
Oh my goodness! It's been several. I tell you what.
Donnie, do you have a favorite over the years, or currently, or you have any special memories with any of them?
The 2-wheel drive truck I got now, it's the best piece of machinery I've ever had. But you know, it doesn't have any memorabilia like the Big Ed Red and the tractor. I mean, we love the tractor is our deal. We really love the Kentuckian deal, and that's probably all we need to pull. But we made a deal that we helped start the 2-wheel drive class, and we've had one in that class every year they've ever had it. So I feel like we need to stay in it, and that was what was so gratifying to be able to hang in there with the Nelsons for them this year, because they throw 5 bullets at you at night, and that's tough.
Yeah, it is. That's really
every
tough.
time you turn around, you look up, here coming another Nelson out to a sled. I mean, it gives you nerve wracking.
That's fair. What did Pruitt say? Art Wolf was his favorite. Airwolf was Airwolf. Eric Pruitt says Airwolf was his favorite. So.
Oh, that was the worst thing we ever owned.
I love it.
Oh, we sold that to people over in Paris, France, and that was neat. But Bruce Hutcherson sold a twin-engine mod, and we sold that over there at the same time, and took it over there and ran it at the European Championship. That was a unique experience, but the pulling's big over there. I like to go back again sometime.
Yep, no, that'd be neat. If you're just joining us, we got Brandt, Donnie, Wayne Sullivan, 3 generations of championship level pulling. Brandt, okay, so you're a 24-year-old kid. You know, you're pretty humble. You know, you got an awesome family. What's it like when you hear the stories of the good old days, if there were such a thing as a good old days compared to where it is now? Like, where do you see the sport of truck and tractor pulling going, heading? Because, you know, you go to all the big pulls, and you've been there going to them since you were a kid. What are you hearing and seeing from fans and different things like that?
I just hope it keeps growing from here. I mean, it used to be big back in the day, but I think it was a different kind of big. You know, the sponsor deal was a different type of sponsor. You know, it was different, not the same type of companies we have now throwing money at it. And, you know, it's good to go to these places that I've been multiple times over the years and see the crowds grow and continue to see the steady competition come out every year, and the equipment gets better and better.
No, it definitely does. It's super, super competitive all the time. I just wondered, like, for the younger kids getting in, I mean, do you see as many young people getting into the sport at your age, or do you see them doing other? Because I feel like there's such a battle for that motorsports dollar now every weekend, whether I'm going to go to a drag race or a circle track race or pulling. You know, pulling to me is still the best sport there is. It's the heaviest and the most powerful sport there is out there. But I just, you know, if you don't grow up in the sport like you did, how do you get involved in the sport of pulling, Brandt? Is it the diesel trucks, or what's your thoughts?
I mean, that's a hard question to ask and to answer.
I think, it's tough. That's Donnie, but it'd be hard to get in to be able to compete with the kind of money it takes to run something like this, but you know, to be able to, if you know somebody that does it in your area, and to go and hang out with them, and because every puller in America always needs a helping hand, and a young kid that wants to help and learn and work at it. I mean, we've had lots of kids come through and help us over the years, and some of them still, they're grown men now that help us. And I don't know, we just try to show them and help them. But I think the only way you can get into it is through another team, unless you got a lot of money, to be honest.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth. With 100% the truth. Brandt, is a plan, or Brandt and Donnie, I guess this question is for both of you, is the plan to run Champions Tour again, commit to PPL Champions Tour with both trucks?
Yes, sir. That's the plan as of now.
I like it a lot. And what nights do you guys pull at Louisville then with the 2-wheelers?
I'm on Thursday night, and he's on Friday. He wanted to be prime time.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Well, he is a bigger deal than you, though, Brandt. You do understand that, right?
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me.
Donnie, like, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen a fan do at a pull, for either for you or for Papa Wayne?
We're not allowed to talk about that on the air, are we?
Yeah, no. This is my Facebook page. Anything goes. So, seriously.
They have a good time a lot of times. I tell you what, Bowling Green is. Yeah, it was unique back in the day. You could see all types of things there. But, I mean, I think pulling's great. Like you mentioned a minute ago, it's the best motorsport out there. The fans can get up close. It's affordable. They can take their families or they can go with their buddies. A lot of these motorsports that we compete against is so expensive, and most places you go to a pool, the crowd's good. They'll travel local to watch motorsport like pulling because it's affordable and it's good entertainment. So I think we're going the right direction.
Good. So I don't run a champions level circuit or a Grand National, so I don't see. Are you guys seeing the crowds either growing or staying the same at these big polls year after year, or what are you seeing, Donnie or Wayne or Brandt? I mean, year after year, where do you, like the last 5 years, if you could average it out, are you seeing the same crowds at the big polls? Are you seeing it peak up a little bit? Not counting weather, because weather can screw up everything. We know that, but just kind of wondering what it looks like from your seats.
I think they're all growing a little bit. I mean, they're not leaps and bounds by no means, but I don't think they're fading by no means either.
Good.
And we run a lot of big pools, but I mean we run a lot of local pools too. I mean we don't discriminate. We love the pool and probably too much, but I mean we run around here with our trucks and the crowds are good there too. And I think pulling's strong. It's just what you guys do to help promote it sure helps, and it makes a difference. And we've been lucky to have some good sponsors the last few years. We had Tonka, and Lucas Oil helps us out every year, and we got Optima again, and that makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, it's huge. That the Kentuckian is it's such nostalgia, Wayne. I'm so glad that you have that tractor still and you keep it looking as good as you do, and winning the championship again last year, that's just amazing. Your whole family, you're top-notch people. And when Doug Borth put me in touch with Brandt, this weekend to put this together, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to start letting people know. And I was getting text messages all day long. I can't believe you're going to have the Sullivans on your show. And it's pretty cool. I know you guys are humble guys and it's great and everything, but you're so good for the sport of pulling. And it takes a lot of teams like you, because you're at that high, you're people's heroes. And I know you don't like to hear that, or I think you kind of understand it, but people look up to you guys and they go to polls just to see you, especially the Kentuckian. And to have an ambassador of the sport like Wayne is, and talk to fans and be good to them and share pictures. As we've been talking tonight, Ryan's been sharing pictures from the screen and from your Facebook page and stuff like that. You guys are great people, and it was good to be around you a little bit up in Ellsworth last year. And just thank you so much for coming on tonight, and I wish you luck at Louisville, and I wish you luck in 2020, and I just wish you luck all the way around. And thank you for being such great ambassadors of the sport. It goes a long, long ways.
Well, thank you very much. This is Old Man, and I've made, like I say, I'm an old man, and I've made friends all over the world. I mean, in Europe and in U.S., and I don't know if it wasn't for the sport of pulling, I don't know. The fans that I met in that sport is unreal, and the people I've met and been fortunate to be around them is. I've said this many a time. I'm living a life of a dream, and I hope everybody will come out. And I don't know who all's listening to this, but I hope it come out of the pool. And if you do come out of the pool and all that, come by and talk to me. I can sit down and we'll tell a big stick tale of some kind.
I love it. Okay, so we got two more questions. David Sullivan wants to know, who was Elmer? Who's going to grab that question?
Oh, that's my grandpa Hansel.
Okay.
He used to drive a two-wheel drive, and he had an old bulldog called Elmer. And every time he drove, the dog would ride with him, and he'd sit up in there. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere of him driving the old underdog or underpup with that dog sitting up in there. But Elmer was the dog. He went everywhere with him back years ago.
That's awesome. And then Brandt, Cole Sidecheck wants to know about Thomas at TBC. So is that Thomas Kenyon he's talking about, or who we got going on there?
Yeah, he beat me, but you tell Cole that he beat me in his truck, so he's just as much to blame as I am.
Well, Cole can hear you, so it'll take about 15 seconds, and I'm sure we'll get something back here on here. So.
Oh, that's right.
But guys, no, we have to let you go. It's a 1 hour show for our Performance Motorsports Network podcast, and I can't thank you guys enough. Brandt, Donnie, Wayne, thank you so much, and keep living the dream. Keep busting your ass so you can keep pulling. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yep. Have a good night, guys. Thank you very much.
Yep. You too.
The Sullivan family.
Yeah.
We've had some. This show has been pretty cool. I'm glad we stuck with this thing.
Yeah. No, I mean they're right up there in motorsports names. That
we've had Ken Vinny on, but these are names like these are our heroes.
And that name has been around for so long now that there's generations of people who have been around the sport that know that name. They know the vehicles, even if they've lost track on the vehicles they ran, but they still know the Kentuckian. They know now the all-in truck and Big Ed Red.
To hear Wayne, say the last thing, because there's times in my life where I think the time and the money that the sport of pulling takes me away from my family, But to hear Wayne talk about the friends and all that stuff, that's why I love pulling so much, because the history of that. You know what I mean? Like, I always talk about Iron Elk and the Ropp family, and Warren Ropp got back to me, and I'm gonna hook him. I'm gonna let him drive the Remedy this summer. Awesome. I mean, that Iron Elk tractor. I mean, I get goosebumps when I talk about it. I don't even like John Deere's, but back then those were my heroes.
Yeah.
And there are people that look up to the Sullivans the way I looked up to Ernie and Warren Ropp. And it's just neat about that. And that's why I want, like with social media, it's so easy to promote your club, your team, yourself, whatever. It's free, and that's kind of what I want to do about that. So Cole says Brandt led off. So no, that's good. But it's fun, like, to have Bob Boyd and Eric Pruitt and A.T. Woodyard and all these guys on here chatting on you, Colin Ross and big name pullers throughout the respect that these guys have for each other. And if you've never hung around on a Friday night after the pull, that's the fun night in the pits. Like Ellsworth, I had such a blast last year because we were right by Boyd's and Sullivan's and who else? The Bargies and Sheltons. Yep. These are the people I look up to. You know what I mean? These are the people that I see on the TV and different things like that. So it's pretty. So do a Friday night if you can. Do a Friday night. Hang out in the pits for a couple hours and just walk around all the trailers and talk to Papa Wayne and ask him questions. These are regular people. I mean, they're pulling celebrities.
And if you get a chance to go down to the farm show this year, and you see them around the truck, which will obviously be in Broadbent Arena, just go up and shake their hand, and they'll be glad to say hi and tell you some stories. But that's an example of a hardworking family busting their ass so they can keep pulling. And I'm not jealous of Boyd's or Leichners, or not Leichners, but Shelton's. Hell, if I had that much money, I'd have a lot of pro stocks too. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, kudos to them. They know what they got, and they bust their butt to make it work, and it's really, really, really neat. So, well, we've had Steve on in the past, and listening to him when he started out, they've grown their business so much, as well. And when they started out with the Pro Stock tractor, where it started out and where it's gone, and now with the going to be soon unlimited tractors. Yeah. When you hear the Boyd name, it resonates winning. Yep. You know what I mean? And Sullivan's resonate winning, and there's a lot of names like that. So, the Iron Elk is now a 40. It's the Wiederholz from the 85 Limited Pros. It's one the same chassis. I'm pretty sure it's that chassis. I know Heath had it. Heath Welleno out in Ohio, but I've been trying to run that down a little bit. So, Paul, you're doing a good job on the Facebook page. Thank you very much. He's with the Little Bad Alice guys. You good luck to. I gotta see Bernie this weekend actually on Saturday. He had the T-shirt on at Gordyville that said tractor pulling mode on or off. Yeah. Or pulling mode. We need to make some of those. I think that was awesome. And so good luck to their team down in Murfreesboro this weekend. They're pulling in the light super stock class. Yep, and I really want to give a shout out to Mary Womble. She does an amazing job. She's promoting every day. And I love to see people posting every single day about that. It's awesome. So, and Gordon Cox, I got to meet him. I've met Gordon before, but he does a lot on Facebook as well and the social media. But he was at Georgetown, Ohio. Wayne was standing behind him watching and congratulating him on the championship. So, yeah, guys, these are just everyday people just like you and I. And just go talk to them, ask them stories, tell them how much you appreciate what they do and how much you look forward to see them every weekend. So, we'll kind of continue on our march. We got to start figuring out. I know we want to get more points champions on for last year, but we're really not that far away yet. And Rusnick and everybody, I have to apologize. I'm not going to be able to go out to North Carolina to the No Bull Pull or up to Canada. You kind of got something to my son graduates from high school. And if anybody that knows me, and some of you actually know me well, then you know I'm kind of a scatterbrain, but a scatterbrain in a good way. It's called ADHD. It's a 9,000 Pro Farm now. Okay. But everybody knows that, sometimes I say yes to stuff, and then I have to
kind of backtrack a little bit.
And then you actually look at your calendar and go like, oh, yeah.
So we're going to start putting the remedy back together right after Louisville, because I told Tony, when my tractor broke in late July, early August, we were on our way to Ohio, you and I were, Ryan. I told Ryan to focus on winning the Badger State Points Championship, because that's something he had never done before. He had many Silver Series championships, but he knew he had a dogfight with Coatsy and John Meyer. So I told him to chase that, and then I told him we're not touching my tractor until after Louisville, because I want him to go down there and go real deer hunting, see if he can get on all those guys, because he won the first ever 4-1 class in Louisville, and he's my guy. So I'm happy for him.
It will be another tough class of limited pro stocks down there, all points champions. And
so I'm gonna start calling it the 4-1. I'm gonna start spelling out like the 618 guys do. 4-1. I got to work on some marketing stuff like that a little bit, but we'll have some fun with it. But no, I'm looking forward to the summer. I don't know. We have to kind of figure out if we're going to go to Texas again with the tractor. It kind of all depends when Tony gets it done. I know Nashville I plan on Nashville being our first weekend out, and then we're going to go to Paris and Fayette for sure. I need to tell Hutchinson I'm not coming up to announce up there, because I want to go to Paris. I told them I would announce that, but I want to go to Paris and Fayette, because that after being down there for that light parade, having 12,000 people in Centralia with Chad Richardson and all those guys down there, I'm going to hit that charity pole a lot. That would be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. But thank you to everybody that came to Cloverdale and Gordyville, and we sold a ton of merchandise. We appreciate that. It's cool seeing our hats and our hoodies, and I got more hoodies being made for the website at beermoneygear.com, and I can't thank our sponsors enough. Egg Explorer, the tractor looks great with the new wrap on it. Schaefer's Oil came on board. Tractor Zoom is our new sponsor as well this year. Ryan and I got some cool ways to display Tractor Zoom. I can't wait to get that done. Course of Data, they're going to put one on the Remedy this year as well, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And Hart's Diesel, of course, as well. So looking forward to the next season and getting out and running around a little bit and having a good time. So does that sound good?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, you can take, Colin, you can take the toter to the No Bull Pool. You just have to put fuel in it. I'm not paying for your fuel money. So.
And you might have to change a couple tires.
Yep. 401, baby. There you go, Store Fighty. I like it. So it's all good. Yeah, I want to figure out where to take. So Warren Ropp, you guys, a big legend racer with the cars, and he texted me and we talked on the phone. We just been texting back and forth. Told me to call him this week, but basically he thought by May he would know his schedules for the summer, and I'll know mine, because we have to get our fair conventions done. And
so normally end of March, early April is when a lot of obviously we've seen the Champions Tour, which doesn't affect you, but the bigger schedules have already kind of started to come out, because they have that track of. But for a lot of the county fairs and festivals, that will be in a couple months here.
I did a lot of NTPA last summer. I think I really want to do a lot of Outlaw Western Series this summer. I think I could have a lot of fun, and I could actually leave the tractor out there, like at Joe Bush's and different places like that. People said I could leave the toter out there for a weekend, and then I still need to get to Ohio, Indiana. We tried last year.
We stopped
at that damn Badger State pole and broke it bad. Broke it really, really bad. But looking forward to the season, so it's gonna be fun. And it's good to have Ryan back. I missed him. But what he did at Gordyville with the live streaming and different things like that proved that you don't have to have a big fancy trailer and $1 million worth of equipment to live stream a pull and do it well. Really, the only stumbling block you had was Friday night, and that wasn't on you. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
a lot of pressure. It's not like you're just.
It was.
Because here, if we're a little bit late, whatever, this is free. But the people were logging in and paying down there.
Yeah. So. Yep, and we'll have round 2 at the Cornhusker Classic.
Yep, I'm announcing the live stream.
Yeah, so you and Chris Wagle.
Chris Wagle, everybody. So that is worth the price of admission alone right there. So Chris Wagle is a hell of an announcer. There are a lot of good announcers out there. And I don't know if Charles Posch is watching, but I want to announce with him once this summer. So Rusnick, line that up for me, because he is a hell of an announcer, and we need to get his name out there more. I'd always heard Leroy was good, but I got to work with him at Gordyville. Consummate professional, does a great job. Super, super proud of him, and I'm happy for Miles and Leslie. They get announced at Louisville. I had a chance. I got an interview for Louisville. So did Leroy. I don't know who else got to do that, but it was an honor just to get an interview to announce at Louisville like that. So I like to announce 4 or 5 times a year just to keep it fresh. But it's fun to be with the tractor and just have a good time. So, but thanks to the Sullivans again. Thank you, Doug Borth, for hooking us up with that. Looking forward to September 11th and 12th. Be back up in Ellsworth for the Champions Tour. Super jacked about Farley. That's at 11th and 12th of June. The only Champions Tour hook in the state of Iowa this year. Farley, Iowa. The Simons are behind that, and we've been down there before. They had a pull a couple years ago. Their brush pull. So we're pretty excited.
He says, do we have to sell merchandise?
Yeah, you're gonna borrow my toter, Burkholz. You're gonna sell my hoodies and my T-shirts and everything. So
it will be completely packed. You guys won't even be able to stay in the living quarters.
So anyway, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for promoting pulling. Again, continue to post on your pages, share stuff to us. We're here to help the whole thing. So have a great night, everybody.